As we have only 10 minutes, and now Sylvia is very strong on that, I would like to start to kick off with a couple of questions. So who of you is snacking sometimes on savory snacks? Peanuts, crisps, tortilla chips? Raise your hands. Very good, very good. I like it. I would like to see more hands, but that's fine, okay. Who of you has a preferred flavor or preferred taste? Barbecue, hot, spicy, salt and vinegar? Raise your hands. Preferred flavor and taste. I can see that, yeah, still the majority. So the last question is, and it's an interesting one because it's about nutrition. And as many of you are working for the food industry, I would assume, it's a very informed answer which you're going to give. Who of you knows how much salt is in a bag of crisps? Colleagues excluded. So what this little experiment had to show is basically that we all enjoy snacking and that we all, when we do snack, really have a moment of pleasure, enjoyment, fun, together, alone, a me moment, whatever it is. But it's something that we focus upon as a first motivator is flavor, is taste. It's nothing that we usually do that we consider and say, okay, look, when I buy a bag of crisps, I want to see what is the ingredients and how is this basically working in my personal lifestyle and diet. Coming to your, biggest thing about here, saying what is the motivator, what is driving me? Is it a snap decision for my reptile brain? Is it the bias, or is it something where you really don't think about making a choice? So we see that in consumer studies, this big gap between behavior on the one side and the attitude on the other side. That means if you ask somebody, do you want a healthier crisp? Maybe not. Okay, you're an exception, maybe. Normally, the majority is going to say, yes, definitely, I want to have a healthier crisp. If you're going to then look into their supermarket carts after they're shopping, what is actually happening? You see, it's the all good and all good, the full flavor version. The ones which you enjoy, the ones which you came to love, that you really know from the past, and it's the full flavor version. So this consumer attitude and behavior gap, we try to bridge for decades, many, many years. As manufacturers, we try to nudge them into different directions. I'm going to give you 2 examples what we've done so far, but it's very difficult because consumer habits, they're changing very, very slowly. You really have to have that, as you said, on an ongoing basis. You have to nudge and trigger them all the time. I would like to give you one anecdote from the UK. Some of our manufacturers, they produced no salt crisps. They had a big bag of no salt crisps, just for people to say, okay, fine, no salt crisp, but they put little sachets of salt inside. 2 or 3 sachets. So when you came home, you opened up the bag and then you put actually the salt from the little sachets on top of the crisps, how many you want. That's it. Anecdotally, I can tell you what consumers did. They came home, they opened the bag, they poured it in the bowl, either enjoyed it by themselves with family or friends. They took the little sachet, they put everything on top, and then they went to the kitchen and took the salt shaker and added even more salt. So you see, consumers, sometimes you try to nudge them in the right direction. Sometimes, pleasure prevails and the flavor prevails. What we have done, again, 2 examples. One is about consumer information in order to show them or to help them making healthier choices. As you know, in back of pack, you have a breakdown of all the nutrients legally required. So energy, saturated fat, salt, fat, and so on. What many, many of our members, manufacturers, voluntarily they do, they put front of pack a breakdown per 30 grams, a breakdown of energy, salt, fat, and sat fat. Now you're going to ask me, why 30 grams? The bag is 70 grams, 50 grams, 150 grams. 30 grams is that what we consider as a snack to have in between meals, that you have a snack between your main meal and the other main meal. So this is the portion that we would recommend. Hence, it's called the 30-gram portion rationale. This is one trigger that we basically produce. A second one, what we do, is about innovation and reformulation. Many other food industries are doing that. So in terms of innovation, it's simply that we produce new products on the market where we reduce, for example, saturated fat content. How we're doing that? We simply take high oleic sunflower oil, which in the end, in the snack, you have much, much less saturated fat. Or what we've done as well is that we bake more products instead of fry them. You just sprinkle oil on them, you put them in the oven, and then it's much, much less fat content, much less energy content as well. This is what we do in terms of reformulation. And what we do also in innovation is that we look into new ingredients, pulse-based snacks, lentil-based snacks. So something where the consumer can really see what is the healthier option. By the way, next week we have the Share a Snack event. It's on Thursday in front of the European Parliament. You're going to have the opportunity for free. You have a little quiz, but to taste a lot of innovative products there. So everybody who hears that, please spread the word and you're gladly invited. Well, in a nutshell, I know I have just a couple of minutes left. We have done a lot in the past, and we will still continue a lot in order to help consumers to make the healthier choice, the easier choice. Now you ask me, how much are your snacks actually contributing of energy, salt, fat in the European daily diet? I can tell you, very little. I will give you one example. In 2015, BEUC issued its position paper on nutrition, and they say in that document that 2 slices of bread can have less salt than a packet of crisps or peanuts. 2 slices of bread. So overall, if you look at all the nutrients and energy, what we contribute in the average daily European diet, it's between 2 and 4%. 2 and 4%. It's very little. Nevertheless, we as an industry, as a sector, we are investing a lot. We have done so. We will continue to do so. And even though for some food experts, it's quite easy, to bucket foods into good food and bad food and ultra-processed food, so-called, we'll continue to, do our utmost. And I would like to quote here a quite well-known nutritionist, which is not very favorable often to the food industry. It's Mrs. Marion Nestlé. She said something which really resonated with me and I think which fits very well for that opportunity here. She said, the problem with nutrient by nutrient nutrition science is that you take the nutrient out of the food, you take the food out of the diet, and you take the diet out of the lifestyle. So you're basically bean counting the different nutrients, but you don't see the holistic picture. You don't see the overall overarching principle in order to have an active lifestyle and a healthy diet. And we heard that also from both of you. This is basically the key for an ongoing health. And what we have done, again, we will continue to do so. And our way there is based on 2 key principles: balance and moderation. Balance about the calories and the energy you take in, and about the calories and the energy you burn by your active lifestyle, by doing sports and so on. So this is balance. And the second key pillar for us is moderation. That means you should not stop enjoying your foods. Food is pleasure, food is enjoyment. I myself am a very foodie person, if I may say so. So nothing should be forbidden. It's everything part of an active and balanced lifestyle and diet. Snacks are part of that. So later on in the afternoon, when you're going to have some snacks, remember my words, enjoy them in balance and moderation. Thank you.
All right, thanks everybody.